Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Chapter 9. Advice from a Caterpillar. At last the caterpillar spoke to Alice.
Who are you?
He asked in a sleepy voice. This was not the best way to start a conversation. Alice replied rather shyly.
I hardly know, sir. At least, I know who I was when I got up this morning, but I've changed several times since then.
What do you mean by that? Explain yourself,
the caterpillar said. Alice tried to be polite, even though the caterpillar seemed rather rude.
I'm afraid I can't put it more clearly, sir. Being so many different sizes in one day is confusing.
No, it isn't.
Perhaps you haven't had the chance to find that out yet,
Alice said.
When you change into a butterfly, you'll probably feel quite strange.
I will not,
the caterpillar said.
You may feel differently than I do,
Alice said, still trying to be polite.
But turning into a butterfly would feel very strange to me.
You!
The caterpillar's voice was full of scorn.
Who are you?
And that brought them right back to the beginning of their conversation. Alice felt annoyed by the caterpillar's remarks. She stood as tall as she could and looked straight at him.
I think you should tell me who you are first.
Why?
This was another puzzling question that Alice couldn't answer. The caterpillar was in such a bad mood that she wanted to leave. She started to walk away.
Come back!
The caterpillar called after her.
I have something important to say.
This sounded interesting, so Alice walked back to the mushroom and waited for him to speak.
Don't lose your temper,
the caterpillar said.
Is that all?
Alice couldn't believe how angry he made her feel.
No.
For a few minutes, the caterpillar sat silently, ignoring Alice. She was going to leave, but she really had nothing else to do. So she decided to wait. Perhaps the caterpillar would have something interesting to say after all. Finally, he spoke to her again.
So, you think you've changed?
Oh, yes,
Alice said, happy that he was listening at last.
First I'm bigger, and then I'm smaller. I don't stay the same size for more than a few minutes.
The caterpillar looked Alice up and down.
What size do you want to be?
I don't really care. I just don't like changing so often, you know?
No, I don't know,
the caterpillar replied. Alice said nothing. She never met such a disagreeable creature, and she was losing her temper. The caterpillar interrupted her thoughts.
Are you happy now?
I'd like to be larger because 3 inches is such a horrible size.
3 inches is the perfect height.
The caterpillar stretched upright as he spoke, showing that he was exactly 3 inches high.
But I'm not used to it,
Alice moaned.
You'll get used to it in time,
said the caterpillar. Alice waited, hoping the caterpillar would say something more. Eventually, he yawned twice and shook himself. Then he got down from the mushroom.
One side makes you grow taller,
the caterpillar said, crawling through the grass.
And the other side makes you Smaller.
Alice wondered what in the world he was talking about.
One side of what? The other side of what?
She thought.
Of the mushroom.
The caterpillar replied as if Alice had asked her questions aloud. And in another moment, he was out of sight. Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, Chapter 10, Eating the Mushroom. The caterpillar had said that one side of the mushroom would make Alice grow. The other side would make her shrink. Then he disappeared before Alice could ask any questions. Alice studied the mushroom.
How am I supposed to know which side does which? The mushroom cap is round, so it doesn't have a left side or a right side.
There was only one way to find out. Alice stretched her arms around the mushroom and broke off a piece with each hand.
But which piece makes me grow?
Alice looked from one hand to the other. She finally decided to try the piece in her right hand. The next moment, her chin hit something hard. It was her foot. Alice was frightened, but she managed to try the mushroom piece in her left hand.
That's better.
Alice said as her head started to rise. But her delight changed to panic when she couldn't see her shoulders. When she looked down, all she saw were her long neck and some green leaves. She didn't realize those were the tops of trees.
Where have my hands gone?
Alice asked. She couldn't see them below the leaves, so she bent her neck.
My neck is so flexible. It's almost like being a serpent. Oh!
Alice exclaimed in surprise as a bird flew at her face.
Serpent!
The pigeon screamed.
I'm not a serpent.
Alice said angrily.
Leave me alone.
No matter where I make my nest, serpents bother me.
The pigeon sounded angry.
Night and day I must be on the lookout for serpents. I haven't slept in 3 weeks.
I'm very sorry that you've been annoyed by serpents.
Alice began.
But
I made my nest in the tallest tree, thinking I'd be free of the serpents.
The pigeon said.
But then you came wriggling down from the sky. Go away, serpent!
I'm not a serpent.
Alice said.
I'm
Well, what are you?
The pigeon demanded.
What are you trying to say?
I'm a little girl.
Alice finally said. She'd undergone so many changes, she wasn't sure what she was anymore.
I've seen lots of little girls, but never one with such a long neck.
The pigeon looked at her skeptically.
No, you're a serpent, and you can't deny it. Next, you'll be telling me that you've never eaten an egg.
I have eaten an egg.
Alice admitted, for she was a truthful child.
Little girls eat eggs as often as serpents do.
I don't believe that.
The pigeon said firmly.
And whether you're a girl or a serpent, you're looking for eggs.
I'm not looking for eggs. But if I were looking for them, I wouldn't want yours.
Alice stamped her foot and the ground shook.
I don't like raw eggs.
Then go away!
The pigeon still sounded angry as she settled into her nest again. Alice tried to crouch among the trees, but her neck kept getting tangled in branches.
I need to get back to my original size,
she said to herself. Slowly and carefully, Alice nibbled from one piece of mushroom and then the other. At last, she was the correct size.
That's much better,
Alice said as she began to walk through the woods. Suddenly, she came upon a space surrounding a house about 4 feet high.
I don't know who lives there,
Alice said.
but they're sure to be smaller than I am, and I'll frighten them at this size.
So Alice ate some more from the mushroom until she was only 9 inches high.